Hello everybody, I'm 8-Bit Steve, and this is another 8-Bit episode of Steve's Quest. This is game number 170, Wizards and Warriors. I apologize for the delay on this game. I recorded it, and then I stored the footage away on another laptop. And that laptop, unfortunately, the operating system wouldn't load on it, so I copied it off onto another computer, and it just took a long time to get the game footage for it. I also haven't released a video in a little while, and I apologize for that. I've been working pretty much non-stop with GWA, scheduling events and just getting everything set with my new position there. It's been a lot of meeting new people and figuring out what my role is going to be there and what we can do to help GWA grow and also help 8-Bit Steve grow. We just completed an event in downtown Detroit yesterday, which was a meet and greet with Off-World Arcade, and it went really well. The Off-World Arcade people are really great, and we're definitely going to be doing something with them again in the future. If you go onto the gallery section of gamerswithattitude.com, you can see some videos and some pictures. We have a ton of content for that's going to go up hopefully soon, but unfortunately there's only a couple guys that are actually uploading content and editing stuff, so it takes a little while, and we're sort of figuring out the process of getting that stuff up quicker and where it's supposed to go. So there's still some unknown stuff at GWA, but hopefully I can bridge the gap there for them and help them out and get them to where I think they should be and where they want to be, and hopefully that helps me get to where I personally want to be. Anyway, so let's talk about Wizards and Warriors. This would probably be in my top 10 favorite games on the system. It was definitely one that I owned and played a ton. It was really fun to just kind of explore around and look for things and open different chests, find keys. It's a really cool adventure game, and the fact that you can't really die is really awesome because it takes away a lot of the frustration of a game like this. There's stuff constantly hitting you, but you don't even really care that much because when you die, it just respawns you right near where you died and gives you full life. And you have unlimited lives. So I really think that was a good idea by the programmers of this game, because finding stuff in this game is hard enough, and having to continue later on would have made this one of the most difficult games in the system, I think. Anyways, a little bit about the game. So you're trying to rescue all these damsels from an evil wizard. We've never heard that storyline before. But basically, there's a bunch of different colored chests and doors. There's teal, red, and pink. You have to get the key to open the colored doors and chests. Now, each level section is going to have a guardian, and that guardian is going to have a little number over his head. It's going to say a number between 0 and 200. And that's how many gems you have to have before he'll let you proceed to the next section. And the way you find gems is you usually find them in chests, but you can find them lying around too. And also secret rooms and stuff you can find that gives you more gems. In that first section there, I'm sort of powering up. I want to get the throwing axe, which I have, and the boots of force. And the boots of force you just saw me use right there. It basically gives you a kick power up. And it's super strong against bosses. As you see there, I just basically kicked that boss twice and he died. The way that the Boots of Force work is, when you use the Boots of Force, you're invincible temporarily while you're kicking. And if your spread is overlapping a boss spread, it just keeps hitting them over and over and over again. So if you time it correctly, you can just keep using the Boots of Force and you won't basically take any damage. If you don't, though, you're going to get hit in between the kicks and then take some damage, but overall it's still a lot faster than using any other method. So I'm going to just collect a few things here. I'm not sure what items I'm going to get. It's been a long time since I played this. I know I'm trying to race time here. I'm trying to get up here before my thing runs out. I did not get it that time. Let's see if I can get it the second time. There's a little ledge up here that you can only get with a super jump, and you need that blue potion. That's not going to do it. I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to get the potion again. I think I have to. There it is. Nope, I messed it up. And there's probably an easier way to do this, but this is the only way that I know of. A lot of the times on games like this, I don't really do much research. I just kind of find my own way and go from there. What I really want to do is get up there, and I'll get it here pretty quickly. Normally I would speed up past this thing, but it's really short, so. Plus it gives you an idea of how the jumping and stuff works in this game. Right there is where I want to be. So I want to get this feather of the fall. Or feather fall, or whatever it's called. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking at the map. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go next. Typical 8-bit Steve stuff. I believe I'm going in the right direction here. Looks like I need to go back up based on my jumping pattern here. And red key, which is very useful. And as you can see, I'm basically just ignoring most enemies. It doesn't even really matter. One of the knocks on this game is once you know where everything is, you know, it kind of takes away from the game a little bit. But so it doesn't have a lot of replay value once you figure out the game. But that's most NES games, honestly. I just got a key and the potion of lev. The potion of levitation is very useful. Now, to sort of spice things up in this game, I'm going to use a glitch to beat the game. And normally I try to stray away from really damaging glitches, but this one is really cool, and I just wanted to do it. I had never really beat the game like that using that glitch, so I just decided to do it. And you know, it doesn't really take away from anything, I think. It's part of the game, just like any other glitch I've used, honestly. I'll explain the glitch when we get closer to that section. So another thing you can do is, if you jump the right moment, your sword will stab into a boss or an enemy, and it can hit them a whole bunch of times in a row if you jump correctly. And sometimes you won't even take damage. Alright, 2 damsels rescued. I always loved this section of the game. I don't know why. I guess I played it a lot. It's just probably the part I couldn't get past as a kid. So you basically have to jump on little bubbles. This level actually reminds me of Metroid. There's a section in Metroid with these bubbles. So there's the pink key, and that should get me to the door here. So that's what the free fall feather does. It allows you to float there, which is pretty cool. A lot of cool power-ups in this game. I'm checking that chest right now to see what's in it, because some of the power-ups overlap each other, so you can only have one of them at a time. And I don't want to pick up a power-up right now because I have everything that I want and need. So I don't want to get something else that's useless. There's a couple useless power-ups in this game. Alright, so the battle axe is basically just a powered-up version of the throwing axe. And there we go. So you need the boots of lev and the free fall feather to get up there. Unless you have a jump potion, which is a little rare. Alright, we're moving on to the final section of this level, which is this boss. We're just going to Boots of Force him to death here. Hopefully I don't die, and I did. That happens sometimes, but no big deal. We'll just continue right on the boss here. And Boots of Force him again. So in this next section, I'm going to execute a glitch, and this glitch actually has its own category for speedrunning. But basically, the way the game works is if when you rescue a damsel, it has a counter, like a RAM slot, and it knows how many damsels that you've rescued. So it doesn't really matter which one you rescue. As long as you rescue a certain number of them, it'll trigger the end sequence of the game. So what we're going to do in a little bit here is we're going to execute a little glitch that allows us to teleport ourselves back to the first stage of the game, and then we'll replay the first 3 stages, rescuing different damsels each time, and then beat the game like that. But we'll get there in a little bit. Right now I'm just trying to finish this section. I found a secret room here. We're going to get all these gems. And the difficulty of this game is pretty low. It's really just finding the stuff once you know where it is, and then since you can't die and you basically have unlimited lives, it obviously reduces the difficulty a lot. It's really just it's a very, very well done adventure game because you can just explore around, find everything. You know, its dungeons are big enough to be interesting. Lots of different items to try out and see what they do. So it's really, really cool. It's almost Dungeons and Dragons like, honestly. Except for there's no dragons. So I think we need to go up here. I remember, yeah. More gems there. I think this is the big one where you need like 200 gems. I'm not sure why I'm not jumping on those gems. Alright, we can go up even higher than this. Right up here. I think we go all the way up and there's a key, if I remember. Yep, there it is. Not sure where I'm going now. Also not sure how many gems I need. Maybe up into this red door here. Yep, looks like I am. Getting the teal key. I don't think you can kill those skulls. Yeah, so while I'm wandering on getting gems here, something we did at the Off-World Arcade event was we set up a little challenge for everybody. I brought my Nintendo, they had a projector there, and we just loaded up Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you know, typed in the Mike Tyson code and let people fight him. And if you were able to knock him down one time, we gave away some prizes. So I'd say we had about, I don't know, 20 or 30 people try it at the event, but we talked to probably at least 100 people. One guy did actually knock him down once, and he won some prizes, which was really cool. The rest of the people, we have pictures, and that's going to be going up on GWA's website at some point pretty soon. Again, hopefully very soon, but it's just there's a lot of stuff going on at GWA, and only a few guys that are actually doing website content, so it's tough. But I am going to be doing I'm going to the Midwest Media Expo, which is this Saturday, and I'm going to be interviewing Corn Shack, which is a pretty popular YouTuber, and we have an exclusive interview with him, and that should be a lot of fun. It'd be pretty cool to meet him and just hang out and, you know, just generally talk games with somebody really cool. It looks like it is 200, by the way. And hopefully that interview is a precursor to bigger things for GWA and for myself as well. You know, just something so small as him, you know, plugging us on his Facebook or on his YouTube would be huge for me and GWA. Again, same strategy, just kick until he's dead. So I was actually mistaken. I think it's the next section that I go backwards. Yeah, it is for sure. It's right here. So I'm about to execute a glitch once I get out of this cave here. And a little more elaboration on the glitch is that this level here has a forest area, and for some reason they put the screens for each forest area next to each other as far as the game is concerned. So if you get too close to the edge of the screen, you can actually teleport to the previous level, and the game has no idea or doesn't care if you did or not. It still gives you the ending. It just saves you from having to do the later levels, which are a little time consuming. Maybe one day I'll do a normal run of this game. I do intend, after I beat all the games, to do like an extras, and 8-Bit Steve extras, where I do some different stuff with the levels. I think we're almost out of here, guys. And as you can see, those hidden gems are really irritating. Alright, here we go. So the way this glitch works is you walk all the way over here and get to the edge of the screen and just kind of use your levitation and just float upwards like that and jump. Just teleport right into this level here, which is the first level. Now all the enemies will be as if you're on level 5, but you're still on level 1 here. And the great thing is that we have a bunch of power-ups now, so we can get to all this stuff a lot easier than we could before. I believe there's a chest over here, and that should get us to 100. Yep, now we can just go straight to the top. So I've really enjoyed exploring game glitches recently. I just think it's fun. It's fun and cool to show off to people that have never seen them, because being a speedrunner and being involved in the community of NES, I know about a lot of glitches, and they're not really new to me. But the majority of people haven't seen most of the glitches on the system, and there's just so many, especially in popular games like this. As you can see, the bosses are still level 1 bosses. They go back to the original bosses, because obviously this is stage 1 and not stage 5. I'm just messing this up completely here. And this is Penelope. I believe the first damsel was Esmeralda, so it just triggers the next damsel. They go in an order, no matter which level you beat. So it's a pretty cool glitch. And like I said, in the speedrunning, that's a separate category. So this glitch, I'm not really sure what the glitch is called, but it's a whole separate category. because I believe doing it this way is a little faster than playing it naturally, if I remember correctly. But again, playing these levels is easier because I have all of my power-ups, especially the first one. That one's way easier. I love the music in this game too. Ooh, that sucked. Yeah, so I was trying to get that red key there, obviously, and I missed the jump. Got a little too arrogant there. So this is the last game in my queue as far as recorded videos go, with the exception of 2 co-op games. So I still have Bubble Bobble and Rampage, which I recorded 2-player runs with my friend Stacy, which I've said many times. We haven't had a chance to record the commentary for those, but hopefully I can get to that this week, given that I don't think I'm going to have much work to do. But that'll bring me to 172 games. The next game that I will attempt playing is going to be Solar Jetman for sure. And I've actually already played a few of the levels, so I've done some research. I've read the manual. The game is pretty long in it. It has a lot of weird things about it. It's hard to explain really, but we'll get to it pretty soon here. We're going to start going down Brad's list and defeating all his games, and then hopefully we'll mix in some of from my list. Ragar was from my list, so that's off. So this is that stab technique I was telling you about. See, I can hit him a bunch of times if I jump correctly. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm really low health, and it didn't work. Let me pull up my list here for you guys, and I'll read some of the stuff on my personal list for you. Stand by, guys. I recently moved some of my documents around. Here we go. Still fighting the bat, apparently. That's another strategy you can use. It's just to jump slash him like that if you get low on health. And obviously the axe is super powerful against him. Alright, so here's some games that I tried to find games that I played as a kid or I always wanted to beat. Amagon, Athena, Back to the Future, Bad Dudes, Batman, Battle of Olympus, Bucky, O'Hare, Burger Time, Captain Planet, Castlevania 2, Chrysalis, Defender of the Crown. That's just some games, but it goes on and on. I've got about 65 games on that list. So. Now, something to consider, and I hadn't really thought of this until I read an article about the Mexican runner's accomplishment. He saved a really good game for last. He saved Super Mario Bros. 3 for last, and I think there's some merit to that. What he was talking about, he was basically saying if he had just done a random game, it would have been like track and field or something. It would have been sort of uneventful when he finished. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find, some games that are really good for the final games. One of them might be Castlevania 2, and I think that's a good game to end on for me because I never beat that as a kid, and I always wanted to, and it's a really iconic game for a lot of people. But a lot of people like that more than 1 and 3. I don't personally, but a lot of people do, so that might be one that I do. We'll see. I haven't really decided yet, and it's quite a ways away. I still have over 400 games to beat, so it's not happening anytime soon. But yeah. So that's just a sneak peek of some games that might be coming up after I complete Brad's list, and I've read his list multiple times on the channel, and so. But Solar Jetman is definitely going to be next. So I'm trying to do a glitch here where I fall through the wall. I don't know if I'm actually going to get it. I decided to just not do it and move along. Sadly get killed by the boss, but no big deal, we'll just spawn again and kill him. Alright guys, I'm pretty sure that is the end. There it is. Wizards and Warriors, enjoy the ending, and I'll see you guys for the next game. Thanks for watching.